We are still in the same topic, which is network in graph theory, but we will proceed to another subchapter, which is identify and draw the subgraphs of a tree. Okay, so now firstly we need to know what is a subgraph. A subgraph is part of a graph or the whole graph redrawn without changing the original positions of the vertices and edges. Maksudnya, subgraph tu boleh jadi part of the graph, sama ada part, boleh jadi sama ada part of the graph, or maybe the whole graph that is redrawn, yang dilukis semula without changing the original positions of the vertices and edges. Okay. Dekat sini dia kata, a graph H is said to be a subgraph of G if, firstly, if the vertex set of the graph H is a subset of the vertex set of graph G. Okay. Tahu tak subset tu apa? Do you still remember what is subset? Does anybody remember what is the meaning of subset? Okay, subset ni, let's say we have two. In a set, kita ada two. Lepas kita kata, we say that two is the subset of factors of 8. Okay, factors of 8 ni kan ada 1, 2, 4, 8. So it means that 2 is inside here. Maksudnya 2 is one of the elements of factors of 8. So bila kita kata vertex set of graph H is the subset of the vertex set of graph G, it means that the vertex of graph H is inside, is also included in vertex graph G. Okay. For B, the H set of graph H is a subset of the H set of graph G. And then the vertex pairs of the edges of graph H are the same as the edges of graph G. Okay, now kita tengok contoh bagi mudah sikit. Okay, so kat sini nampak tak graph G ni? Ada graph G, ada diagram 1, ada diagram 2, ada diagram 3 and diagram 4. Can you see the graph and the diagrams?
Nampak, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher. So, kita kena determine whether diagram 1, diagram 2, diagram 3 and diagram 4 ni betul ke dia subset dengan graph G. Okay, subgraph, sorry. Okay, for diagram 1. Betul ke dia subgraph of graph G? Ingat balik maksud subgraph tu. Subgraph tu maksudnya part of the graph or the whole graph yang kita redrawn back without changing anything. So kalau kita tengok okay. Kalau kita tengok graph G ni, betul ke diagram 1 ni is part of graph G? Can you identify, is there any differences between diagram 1 and graph G? Amalina? Amalina?
Yes.
Betul
Yeah.
tak? Betul tak? ada tak perbezaan antara diagram 1 dengan graf G? Maksudnya kalau teacher tadi kan maksud subgraph tu is part of the graph or whole graph yang kita redrawn back. So ni sama tak? Maybe part of the graph ke?
Yes.
Yes, part of the graph.
Hmm.
So dia subgraph lah. Betul?
Good.
So diagram 1 is the subgraph of graph G. Sebab diagram 1 ni kita tengok ni P, ni S, ni P, ni S, ni E5. Okay, sama kan? Dia tak ada loop ke apa ke. Maksudnya dia macam sama sebiji. Okay, kalau diagram 2 pula, ni S, ni P. Diagram 2 subgraph ke bukan subgraph?
Bukan.
Bukan. Sebab apa bukan?
Sebab dia lain daripada yang graph tu.
Dia ada loop ni. Kalau yang dekat graph G ni, dekat P tak ada loop tapi dekat Q yang ada loop. Okay. So, yang ni bukan subgraph. Okay, for diagram 3, subgraph ke bukan subgraph?
Bukan.
Bukan kan? Sebab P dengan Q ni H dia tak ada kat sini. So diagram 3 is not a subgraph. Lastly, diagram 4, is it a subgraph? P, S, S, R, Q, R, E, ni E2. Mana E3? I think diagram 4 is also not a subgraph. Let me check. Yes. Diagram 4 is also not a subgraph. On the diagram 1 je subgraph. Do you understand? Senyap je. Faham tak? Insyirah faham tak? Insyirah?
Insyirah tak ada. Tak ada.
Oh, maksud. Okay. Now let's proceed to 3. Okay. Okay, so what is a tree? A tree of a graph is the subgraph of the graph with the following properties. Tadi kan kita dah belajar pasal subgraph. Now kita belajar pasal tree. Whereby tree ni adalah subgraph of the graph tapi dengan certain and particular properties. Okay, properties yang pertama mestilah a simple graph without loops and multiple edges. Property kedua, all the vertices are connected and each pair of vertices is connected by only one edge. And lastly, the number of edges adalah equals to number of vertices minus 1. If we have number of vertices is n, then number of edges is n minus 1. Okay, let's say number of vertices is equals to 5. So number of edges, how do we calculate number of edges? N minus 1. It means that 5 minus 1. Yes, equals to 4. So this is the properties, the particular properties that must be followed if that subgraph is a tree. Okay. Now let us look at this one, this diagram. Okay, ada dua diagram dekat sini, diagram 1 and diagram 2. Firstly, look at diagram 1. Dia kata diagram 1 is a tree because all of the vertices are connected. Tengok semua vertices ni connected. Tadi apa dia punya ciri-ciri? All the vertices are connected. Okay, so since it fulfill this characteristic, this one, so this is a tree, and then every pair of vertices is connected by an edge only. Maksudnya A is only connected to B, B is only connected to C, C is only connected to D. So every pair of vertices is connected by an edge only. Okay, and then there are no loops or multiple edges, no loops or multiple edges. And then if you count the vertices, we have how many vertices for diagram 1? How many vertices? 5, right? Okay, vertices is 5. What about the edges? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 minus 4 is equals 5 minus 1 is equals to 4, right? So is this a tree or not?
Yes.
Yes, right. Okay, since it fulfills all of the properties that I shared previously, I shared just now. Okay, let's look at diagram 2. Diagram 2 is not a tree because firstly, vertex B and vertex E can be connected in 2 ways. Tengok vertex B dengan vertex E. Maksudnya, kalau daripada B nak pergi E ni, ada 2 jalan. B to E, B straight away to E, and then B to C to D to E. Sebab dia punya cara tadi, dia kata each pair of vertices is connected by only one edge. Okay. Maksudnya, kalau BE ni only one edge, only this, macam either this one or maybe the longer way. Dia tak boleh ada sambungan yang ni. And then, if we count the number of edges and vertices, we have 5 vertices and also 5 edges. Sedangkan dia punya syarat tadi, kalau that graph is a tree, it must have n vertices and then edges must be n minus 1. In this case, 5 vertices and 4 edges, like in diagram 1. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now let's proceed to the example. Okay, for example 10, can you determine which one is a tree and which one is not a tree? Okay, let's start with A. For A, determine whether each of the following graph is a tree. Justify your answer. A, is A really a tree?
No.
No, why?
No.
Firstly, kalau nak macam senang, kita kira dia punya vertices and one of the easiest way is just to count the number of vertices and number of edges. How many vertices for A? Berapa vertices?
Six.
Ada berapa?
6.
6, right? For A, we have 6 vertices and edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The edges is more than the vertices. Supposedly, vertices kena lagi banyak pada edges kan, betul tak? Number of edges adalah vertices minus 1. But in this diagram, in this graph, vertices ada 6 tapi edges plus 7. So this one is not a tree. Okay, for B. How many vertices does B have? Does B have?
6.
6. 6 vertices. What about the edges?
5.
5. So, is this a tree or not?
A 3.
Yes, a tree. Because we have 6 vertices, and then for edges, 6 minus 1 is equals to 5. Okay. So for C, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices, and edges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 edges. So this is also a tree. And lastly, for D, okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. And then edges, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 edges. So this is not a tree. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, okay, very good. Example 10 and then example 11. Example 11, it asks us to draw a tree for the following information given. Okay. So firstly, for A, this where kita draw a tree yang ada 6 vertices. So 6 vertices maksudnya dia ada berapa edges? How many edges? 5, right?
5.
6 minus 1. So edges ada 5. So kalau tengok dalam textbook tu dia buat macam ni. 1, lepas tu ni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 vertices. Okay, so for B is 8 vertices. So edges must be, edges must be
7.
7.
7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see 4 edges. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if dia ada 4 edges, dia kena ada berapa vertices?
5.
5 vertices, right? So this one, bila ada 4 edges, 5 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly for D, 9 edges, so it must have 10 vertices. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Okay, do you understand how to do this? I think maybe you can just do it in macam apa-apa bentuk pun in any shape, but it must comply with the given number of the vertices and edges. What I am showing you is exactly what is in the textbook. So I think if you want to do it in other way, but still macam ikut dia punya number of vertices dengan edges, the answer will be correct in the exam. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
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 Now example 12. Draw two trees based on the graph given below. Okay, based on this graph, kita kena draw two trees. Trees ni tadi kan dia kata adalah subgraph of the graph tapi dengan additional properties ni kan, such as no loops, simple graph je and no loops, and then all vertices are connected, and then the number of edges tu. So kita just ambil part of the graph, kita keluarkan part of the graph, and then kita just lukis, tapi based on the properties. Contohnya vertices tu tak boleh connected in two ways. So it will be satu graph ni akan ada dua trees. Okay. So for example, tree yang number 1, dia akan jadi macam ni. 1, 2, 3. This one. And lastly, this one. Okay, so dia ambil ni. 1, 2, 3. And then this one. Sekejap. Sekejap lagi. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So bila kita keluarkan dia, sebab ni kan subgraph kan. Subgraph tu part of the graph or whole of the graph that is redrawn back. Okay. So kita ada 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we look at the number of vertices, we have how many vertices in this graph? Berapa vertices?
5.
5, right? 5 vertices. And then edges we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 vertices and 4 edges. So this is the tree. This is the tree based on A. Then another tree. We can draw it like this. Kita boleh ambil yang ni. Sekejap. Kita boleh ambil yang ni. This one, and then kita ambil yang ni, yang ni, and also this one. Okay. Maksudnya all of the vertices only connected with one edges only. Maksudnya dia tak bersambung. So this one, this one, ni, and also this one. So this one have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 vertices, and edges is also the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then next, for B, B ni ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. And edges dia ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Edges equals to 8. Okay. Supposedly kalau dia ada 6 vertices, edges ni kena ada berapa? Edges ni kena ada berapa? Insyirah.
Yes, teacher.
Kalau dia ada 6 vertices, edges ni kena ada berapa?
Five.
Okay, 5. So sekarang ni dekat graph B, edges dia ada 8. So kita kena kurangkan lagi berapa jadi 5? Kurang dapat 3, right? Maksudnya kurangkan 3 edges. Okay. So A kita boleh buat macam ni. This one goes to this. Sekejap. Okay. So kat sini tengok ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 edges. Okay. So number 2. Number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 vertices, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges. Okay. Done with example 12, and lastly, example 13. For example 13, the question asks us to draw the tree with a minimum total weight. Okay. So macam mana nak buat? Maksudnya kita kena draw balik graph ni dengan total weight yang paling sikit. Maksudnya kita pilih part of the graph and then we redraw it back with the least total weight. Okay, so firstly, kita kena tengok dekat sini ada berapa vertices dan berapa edges dekat graph yang asal ni. Ada berapa vertices dengan edges kat sini? This graph, how many vertices and how many edges? Okay, so vertices dia ada 5, edges dia ada 7. So kita kena, patutnya edges ni akan ada 4. So kita kena kurangkan 3 vertices. Kurangkan 3 vertices. 3 edges. We have to reduce 3 edges. Okay. So 3 edges yang kita nak reduce tu, kita pilih edges yang dengan berat yang paling banyak. Mana 3 edges with the highest total weight? Tahu kan weight tu dekat mana? Weight tu yang dekat sini. Ni weight. So 3 edges with the highest weight is PQ. And then what else?
PT.
Yes, PT. And another one?
QR.
Yes, QR. Very good. QR. Okay. Jadi kita draw lah graph ni without that without that edges, which is PQ, PT, and QR. PQ. So we only have P, and then P, R, and S. And this one is Q. So kita sambung. QT, QR, RS, and lastly TS. 17. Ni ada 14. This one is 12. 10. Okay. Okay, so kita kena tentukan, is this subgraph is a tree or not?
No.
No, right? Kenapa bukan tree? Because P ni dia tak connect dengan mana-mana tu pun, mana-mana vertices lain. Sebab kalau dia tree, dia kena connect dengan vertices lain. But this one, P is not connected to other vertices. So this is not a tree. So kita kena tengok another way pula. Macam kita kena buat ni try and error. Between the weights 19 and 25. Kita kena kekalkan. Okay, so macam mana kita nak buat ni jadi 3. Maksudnya kita kena connect lah P ni. Either P ni connect dekat sini ataupun P connect dekat T. Okay, so kita tengok kalau PT dengan PQ mana lagi banyak dia punya weight.
PQ.
PQ. So kita connect P dengan T. Okay. And then this one, this part pun tak boleh connect. Sebab kalau dia connect, dia bukan tree. Okay. So kita padam this part. Okay. Kita padam this part. Okay. So this is the answer. And then lastly, kita kira ada berapa the total weight. PT is 19. Okay, berapa total weight yang ni? 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 19. So altogether we have yes 55. Okay, so kita recall balik. Kalau ada soalan macam ni, firstly kita kena tengok berapa edges dengan vertices yang kita kena buat. Kalau graph ni dia ada 5 vertices and edges dia ada 7. So supposedly kalau ada 5 vertices, edges dia kena ada 4 because 5 minus 1. Okay, and then ni ada edges ada 7 tapi kita nak 4 je, jadi kita kena buang 3 edges. Buang 3 edges, kita kena buang edges mana yang dia punya weight paling banyak. Sebab sekarang ni soalan dia with a minimum total weight. Okay, kita pun buanglah PQ, PT dengan QR. And then after we eliminate these edges, we redraw the graph back and then we will get this graph. But the problem now here is P, this graph is not a tree because P is not connected to anything. So kita kena draw something yang connect P ni. So either PT or PQ. But we choose PT because PT have the least weight compared to PQ. And then this part pun tadi dia connected. Kita tak boleh connect this part because syarat tree ni vertices dia connected only in one way. So kita kena potong this part and then we get this whole tree. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that's all for our class today. Thank you for your attention. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me in the group.